Well. What a time to be alive. Am I right, people? What a time to be alive. So I, like most people, have been self-isolated, self-quarantined for a week now, and I'm losing my mind. I need to go outside. I live in an apartment, so I don't have a backyard that I could even just sit outside in. I'm just in my house for a week straight. And I think that this is a very serious matter. I think, people are dying, and it's scary, and it's sad, and it sucks. And I don't want to put anyone's health in harm's way. And that's why I'm alone. I'm completely alone. No one is with me. No one will be with me. I won't be meeting anyone. I won't be going near anyone. I will be keeping distance from people as I have been and will continue to do until we get the all clear. But I really need to go outside. I need to see the sun. The sun came out for the first time in like a week. It's been really rainy and cloudy here. And, for me, I've really been enjoying YouTube a lot lately, just in this past week, just because you can't see your friends right now, and it's lonely. It's really lonely to be in isolation like this for this long. Humans are social creatures, and we need people. We need to socialize. And so I've been looking at YouTube videos a lot, and they've been helpful because it makes you feel like someone's there with you. It makes you feel a little less alone. And I thought, well, maybe I could help someone else feel a little less alone. And maybe you don't live anywhere near the ocean right now, and you just have no way of getting there. I luckily live pretty close, and I thought it might be helpful for some people to see some really cool marine animals today. And I know it would help me, so let's go to the beach. Turn on the camera and immediately die. Okay. Yeah, the moment I start coughing, everyone's gonna want to clear out. Okay, let's see what we can find. I'm sure we'll see some sea stars, definitely some anemones. Oh, look, a little hermit crab. Hello, friend. Come here. We're waiting for this crab to come back out. I would like to actually say something a little important. If you're gonna go tide pooling, which I highly recommend, it's super fun, always be sure that you leave everything you find on the beach, because there are special permits that you have to have in order to take anything from the beach. And I don't want you to get in trouble. I don't want you to have a hard time because you took something. You can definitely pick things up. Nature clean hands would be the best way to go. If you're gonna do that, nature clean meaning like just dip your hands in some water, like ocean water. It's right here, you can use it. And that's the best way to not accidentally hurt anything that you're touching. I'm a hands-on person. I think that you should touch things. I think you should be very careful with them because they are living organisms, and you should be kind to all of the things. That's just a little disclaimer. This little guy does not want to come out, but that is a-okay. I probably scared the living daylights out of him. Or really, I should say them. So let me put him back exactly where I found him, as you should also do if you are going to be tide pooling. I'm hoping that I can find you all a bat star, because piaster is really cool. Piaster is like the normal sea star you see. It's this guy right here. Let me bring you a little closer to him. That's this guy right here. Ooh, hello. He's really cool. A lot of people like this guy. I like him too, but honestly, I think bat stars are just, they're prettier. So I'm hoping that I can find a bat star that I can show you. There's little kids over there calling them starfish, which, you know, I mean, everyone does, which is perfectly fine. It's like a pet peeve of mine because they're not fish, but it's like, it so doesn't matter. And if I were teaching this material to a kid, well, no, if I was teaching this material to a kid, I would call them sea stars. I found one. Yes. That is a bat star. Isn't it cute? I don't know, I just like them more. I think they're smoother. They're just prettier to look at. Let's see if we can grab them. Look at our little friend. He's got a rock. Rock for protection. But look, that's his mouth, and his stomach is right in there. And he kind of, what's really cool about these guys is they basically eject their stomach out to grab their food and then digest it outside of themselves and then pull their stomach back in. Which, I mean, you can't tell me that's not the coolest thing you've ever heard. I wish I could do that. That'd be so fun. You'd be like, I would feel like a frog almost if I could just like shoot my stomach straight out and get something and then pull it back in. That'd be incredible. And another really cool thing about these guys, these little tubes that you can kind of see all along right here, those are their tubed feet. They're really, really strong muscle, which is why sometimes it's really hard to pry these things off of rocks. And this is how they eat mussels. So if this, well, probably not this little guy because he's pretty small, but if he were to land on top of a bed of mussels like that, he would just grab hold onto a mussel and pull it apart using these tubed feet until eventually the mussel got tired and it would just snap open and then it would eat the insides, which is so incredibly cool. I mean, these guys are so cute. Look at them. Like, tell me Ariel isn't best friends with these guys. They're one of my favorite things to see when I come tide pooling. Thank you, little friend. You can find such cool things when you come out to the beach. It's so fun. Let's see, I want to find a chitin next. I would love to show you a chitin. I think chitins are really cool. I did a research paper. It was a research synthesis paper on chitins last semester, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. Let's see if we can't find one. I've ventured out a little. Not very far, as you can tell, but the tide is coming in and I'm not sure how to get back. So I'm gonna put the camera down and I'm gonna try to get back without absolutely eating it. I'll see you in a minute. If you're going to go tide pooling, especially if you're gonna go alone, you need to keep your ear on what's going on in the ocean. You can hear when the tide starts to pick back up again, and when everything starts coming back in, but if a bunch of water recedes and you are not looking towards the horizon, get out of there, because there's a chance that maybe a giant wave is coming and you don't want to accidentally get knocked over and swept out to sea when you're by yourself. Why can't I find a chitin? I'm so sad. Wait, I think I just found one. I think I just found one. Boom! There she blows, baby. Yeah, that's a chitin. That is a chitin. Ooh, let me see if I can get a little closer here. It's a chitin right there, and you can tell because it has 8 little plates, 8 little shell plates running down its dorsal side, which is really cool. And the other side is a foot, very much like a snail's foot that they use to locomote, which is really cool. And something I found really interesting, the research synthesis paper that I made last semester was about chitin honing abilities. So whether or not they have a house that they go back to, because with chitins, what you'll see a lot of the times is these little niches that they've carved out into the rock, which is really cool. And I always wondered if they had their own homes or not. Turns out they don't. There's one species that might might. But for the most part, it seems like the only reason, look, oh my God, it's a bigger one. Oh, heck yeah, ask and you shall receive. Yeah, look at you. Oh, so cool, so cool. Oh, that is fantastic. But yeah, see, so they have just like, I mean, this, it's a little hard to tell from here. I can't tell if this guy has a nook that he's carved out. It's not this whole thing. It would be the exact size of their body that they just kind of carve out a little bit. And they sit there and they graze. They're grazers for the most part, eating algae. And what researchers have found is that they don't seem to have a home, a specific niche that they go back to, but they will get aggressive if any other chitin comes towards their area, obviously because they're competing for resources. And I just think they're so cool looking. I'm like, the shell plates are really just interesting, and I could get into a whole thing about ocean acidification, but I won't. But that's a chitin, and I'm sure a lot of you have seen them before and you're like, what is that? It's a chitin. It's my favorite. I adore them. I think they're great. I wish we could see a sea hare, but I don't think they're intertidal creature. Actually, I think they are, but they're a little deeper. I would have to put on a whole wetsuit to go find one of those, but maybe one day. That'd be fun. I think that'd be fun, like a snorkel video. I love those. I think those are great, but this is a chitin. Oh, it's so cool. Oh, I'm so happy I got to see one today. I found it, y'all. I found it. Every time you go tide pooling, there is one thing that you find that is absolutely amazing and it makes you super happy and you just can't even contain yourself. I found something I haven't found since I was like 17, I think, which is a gumboot chitin. I know. I've already talked about chitins. How could this chitin be any cooler than the other ones? Well, I'm gonna tell you how. It's huge. It's ginormous, okay? And they're usually way up north on the coast of California. They're, I don't know if you heard of the sea star wasting disease that happened. They were affected by them. That was the only time I saw a gumboot chitin because a bunch of them died and washed up in Santa Barbara, and that was amazing. I've been in love with them since then, and I'm going to stop vamping and I'm gonna show you this bad boy. He's not the biggest I've ever seen, but you know, it's not about the size. It's about how desperate you are. Let me show you. This is his ventral side. See, and there are all of the plates. See, doesn't that look like the thing that I just found earlier? And these are all of his plates. And look, something took a big old bite out of it. Isn't that crazy? And this is what he looks like on the other side. Boom! They're crazy. They're just like all muscle. So basically their mantle encompasses their entire body. So it goes over their shells. Unlike the other one where you could see all the plates, this guy covers his plates with his mantle. There are his plates. Isn't that freaking insane? I have a chitin shell in my car. I keep it with me always. That's so cool. I love it. I'm gonna, for measure, that's my hand. It's large. I could cup it in my hand, but it is a big boy. Big boy. My goodness. Wow. Oh, this is the best. Oh, it smells terrible. Oh God. I should just go home now. I should just go home now because I'm not going to find anything better than that. That's so cool. Ah! I love it. I love tide pooling. I love it. It's great. You find such amazing things. You find such amazing things. Yes, the tide is really coming in now. I should probably slide back. I've really enjoyed coming out here today. I didn't stay out here forever. Hasn't been too long, maybe an hour, hour and a half. But this has just been the best. This has been the best. I needed this. I needed this. Oh, it feels so nice to just be out here and hear the waves. And honestly, I know seagulls get like a lot of flack. Flax. I don't actually know that saying now that I'm thinking about it, but I know seagulls get shat on a lot for shitting on people. But, like, isn't this where you would want to be too? I mean, man, if I was a bird and I could be anywhere, yeah, I'd go to the forest a lot, and I'd fly over cities just to see the people. But I would totally be at the beach. I would always be at the beach. I'd be sitting on that rock, you know? I mean, I get it. I don't know. Just coming out here has really helped. I know that being stuck inside for a long time is really wreaking havoc on my friends' mental healths and other people's mental health too. And I really hope that, you know, if you watch this far, that this has helped. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this has really helped me a lot today. Just coming out, getting to smell the fresh air, be in the sun. The sun is still so high. Summer is coming. We might still have a summer. Maybe this won't last as long as they say it will. Maybe. I think the cool thing about this quarantine is that I feel like it sparks creativity in people. I feel like now is a really good time to make art. Even if you're not an artsy person, I think now is a really good time to just delve into anything you like to do. Like maybe paint. Maybe you're not great at painting. I'm not great at painting, but I've been painting a lot lately. I bought myself a kalimba. I've been playing songs on that. I've been learning how to do that. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Kalimba. K-A-L-I-M-B-A. Kalimba. It's an African instrument you pick at the tines with your thumb. It's really cool. It's very calming. I just want to do anything that's calming. I feel like people are really freaking out right now. Understandably so. I just hope that maybe this helped in some way. Maybe it helped you forget about what's going on right now. Feel free to share it, I guess. I don't know, is that what people say? That's what people say at the end of their YouTube videos. Feel free to share it with your friend. Maybe they miss the beach as much as I do. Maybe I'll talk to you later. I don't know, maybe I'll do more. This has been really fun. I've enjoyed this. I love getting outside and looking at animals. It'd be fun to bring people along with me. You people or people I know. People that live by me. People in person maybe after this quarantine's over. I don't know. I'll see you later. Bye. Here's a muscle. Stay strong.